everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I've done any kind of, I guess, glamour or fashion videos. I've done a couple of these already for particularly special glamours that I put together, and I'm really proud of this one. I could not keep quiet about this one. So, unless you've been hiding under a rock for the last couple weeks, then you know that 6.1 is supposed to be coming out sometime in April. They did say it would probably be coming out midway through April. So either, I would say the 12th or the 19th. One of those 2 days, that's when 6.1 is supposed to come out. And these are going to be a very special kind of quest series from here on out because they're setting up the whole new adventure. So usually at the end of a major expansion, we would have like the first 3 expansions kind of like with cleanup duty from the major expansion, and then just kind of finishing up the story for that expansion before setting up the story for the next expansion. Here though, this is going to be a very special series because 6.1 and onwards until 7.0 is just setting up the entire story for a brand new story arc. So it's anyone's guess what could happen. But I'm really happy because we do have the artwork for it. When they told us before that when we hear the title for the next patch, people might start laughing at it. And I have to admit, when I saw the name, I kind of started laughing too because it's just so simple, it's so straightforward, but I love it all the same. It's going to be 6.1 Newfound Adventure. So we have the Warrior of Light. It looks like, it's hard to tell where exactly they are, but if you look in the background, you see like all of their past gear sets from all the major expansions. And here they're in a brand new outfit. So they have like the red cloak, they have like the leather arm guards, and they have a bag on their back. They're ready to set out on a brand new adventure. And I love this gear set. I really do love this outfit. And I'm actually hoping that we get like maybe if not this particular outfit in general, then maybe one that's similar to it. Kind of like when we first started with A Realm Reborn, like all the races have their own unique kind of gear sets specifically for them. This here looks something special, and I really wanted to get this particular outfit. So I put together a glamour set that looks, it doesn't look exactly like it, but it looks pretty damn close. And I'm really proud of how close it came to it. So this video is going to be me discussing exactly what I did to achieve this look. And for the most part, it is for both male and female, as well as for all races. And most of the pieces are actually pretty easy to get, or at least they're very easy to craft. So let's go ahead and start things off. So we'll start off with the headgear. So there's no particular headset that you really need for this particular outfit. I mean, you could go for the Emperor's new hat or something if you don't want to turn off like any kind of headgears. But I'd say go crazy, experiment, see what you think looks good, like maybe use a tiara or a fancy hat. I'm not judging, just use what you think looks good. As for the chest gear, this is the important part. So the chest gear is really important because you need the Cape of Happiness. So the Cape of Happiness is a set that you actually get from Endwalker. So you can actually craft it yourself, or you can just get it from the market board. Either way, it is a little bit expensive right now. So unless you want to at least go get the pieces and either craft it yourself or have a friend who's really good at crafting make it for you, you can just go ahead and just drop a lot of money to get the Cape of Happiness. So for the color, I went ahead and dyed mine the ruby red color. I personally think it's a lot brighter, it's a little bit more cheerful, and I personally really like that particular color. Personally, I feel like either the blood red color or the Dalamud red color would probably be closer to the artwork, but use whatever red that you feel looks good. Also, this is a level 1 gear, so you don't have to be any specific level to be able to wear it. Moving on to the arm pieces. So the arm pieces are a little bit trickier. So what I use are the Eastern Lady Erin's gloves. So this particular glove set is only from the Logstone, and it's really only for female characters. Again, it's for all races. It's a level 1 gear set, so you don't have to be any particular level to be able to wear it. Again though, it's really only for females. Now what I did is I went ahead and dyed it a chestnut brown color to make it look a little bit more like leather, and I feel like it's really close to what we see in the artwork. Of course, you can use pretty much any kind of arm set that you feel looks as similar to possible, and you can go ahead, search through the market boards. And I did do a little bit, I guess, research on this particular part, and I did find a couple arm sets that are for both male and females, and they look pretty close. Not as close as these particular gear sets, but I would say probably the closest one would be like the classical homunculus medical, or maybe like the arm guards of the last unicorn. Personally, I feel like the best second option would probably be the icon leather arm guards of maiming, striking, or casting. So I do feel like these particular pieces are perhaps the closest that you'll find to what matches the artwork. And again, it's for both female and for males. You would perhaps need to be a level 60 to be able to wear these particular arm pieces, but I feel like you can use just about any kind of arm guards that you want to at least make it as close as possible. Moving on to the leg pieces, we actually have two different pieces that I suggest that you use. Probably the closest would be the Chimericol felt skirt. So again, you do need to be a certain level to be able to wear this particular gear set, but it's very easy to get off the market board, and also you don't have to be too high level of crafter to be able to either make it or have someone else make it for you. And again, it is for male, female, all races, all jobs. It's kind of all purpose. So I really like how the Chimericol felt skirt really does seem to go together in like one piece. I went ahead and dyed it a mole brown color to try to get it as close as possible to like the chest piece that we have there. And I feel like we did a really good job matching those two, especially since it does look like she has a belt on, which is really close to what we see in the artwork as well. If you don't want to use the skirt though, the next best option would probably be the Sofces Podia, which is a level 1 glamour gear. You get it actually through playing Endwalker, and it's probably the next best thing. And I would go ahead and dye that a mole brown color as well. It is a level 1 gear set if you don't want to use the felt skirt, so that's probably the upside for using that one. But again, probably the felt skirt is the closest that we actually see to the artwork. And finally, for the feet, I have the High House boots. So the High House boots are also a level 1 gear, and all I did was dye it a chestnut brown color to make it look a little bit more like natural leather. And as you can see, like the whole outfit just seems to blend together. It looks spectacular, and I'm really proud of how well it seemed to all come together like this. Again, for the boots, they're actually pretty easy to make. You don't need to be a high level to be able to craft them. You can get it from the market board or just have someone craft it for you. It's really not that difficult to be able to get these particular boots anymore. But I think that any kind of boots that you choose would have to be at least below the knee to be able to give you the same effect. I just feel like these particular boots are the closest that we see. As for the jewelry, I say go for it. Do whatever you want for the jewelry. You can wear whatever you feel would look the best on your particular character. I have it pretty simple. I just have some of like the newer jewelry that we have from Endwalker, and I think that it all looks fantastic on her. All in all, I'm really proud of how well these particular pieces all seem to match together, and I feel like I got pretty close. I'm really proud of all this. And it's really something to kind of, tie the whole thing together as we wait for 6.1 to come out. It's still going to be a while wait. I say we have at least an entire month before we actually get a chance to play 6.1. Yoshi P did explain that instead of having 3.5 months, we would be having like a 4-month wait before each patch. And while disappointing, I completely understand. And I don't want them to rush it. I want them to be able to really put their heart and souls into making every piece as enjoyable as possible, so I can definitely wait for all that. Anyway, everyone, that's going to be it for right now. What do you think of my gear set? I am personally loving it so far, but if any of you have any kind of requests or suggestions, please drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And until next time, everyone, this is Fantasy Girl and Claire here, signing out. Bye!